Welcome back to SU News Channel. David and Victoria Beckham lead celebrities attending dazzling royal dinner hosted by King Charles and Queen Camilla to promote Anglo-Italian relations. David and Victoria Beckham were the bellissimi of the ball tonight at a dazzling royal dinner to promote Anglo-Italian relations. The former England footballer, who played twice for AC Milan, and his fashionista wife were surprise guests amongst a slew of celebrities at Highgrove, the King's private home in Gloucestershire, including designer Donatella Versace and actor Stanley Tucci. Beckham was last year announced as an ambassador of the King's Foundation, the charities which runs Highgrove, and has even had private meetings there with His Majesty, bonding over a shared love of the countryside and, surprisingly, beekeeping. Fortunately, the 49-year-old didn't have to travel far for his consultations with King Charles, as his own sprawling estate is just a 30-minute drive away in the Cotswolds. The event has been designed to mark the King and Queen's forthcoming state visits to the Holy See and the Republic of Italy in early April, which were announced this week. It is also celebrating the best of sustainable, slow food and slow fashion, boasting a glorious homegrown menu showcasing the best of British produce, with a touch of Italian flair. A reception was held from 7 p.m. in a marquee in the gardens with canapés including rare and pasture salumi, Tuscan-style pate and coppa, Yorkshire pecorino cheese puffs and British vegetables caponata, washed down with the King's own Highgrove sparkling wine. Guests arrived dressed to impress, with Victoria Beckham stealing the show in a jaw-dropping satin gown designed by her own fashion brand, while Donatella Versace opted for a striking custom-made number. The Queen also joined in the fashion parade wearing an elegant Fiona Clare dress. Camilla chatted to the Beckhams first of all, David telling her how much he loved their Cotswolds estate. "It's beautiful there, so beautiful. We love it. We are very happy there. We've got chickens." The Queen interjected, "I've got chickens too." He suggested that his wife wasn't so keen on gardening, but added, "I love it." Camilla turned to Dame Helen Mirren, who also spoke enthusiastically about the King's work with his charitable foundation. "The spirit of your husband all his life," Dame Helen said. "It's lovely to get you here," said Camilla, squeezing her arm. The King was then introduced to the trio, Victoria dropping an elegant curtsy. David told him how proud he was of his role as a King's Foundation ambassador and thanked him for the opportunity to get involved. Victoria admired the work of his students, telling him, "The workmanship and the craftsmanship is phenomenal." His Majesty also turned mixologist, trying his hand at making his own martini and getting the giggles when the lemon almost went up his nose as he tried to take a sip. "It's great," he declared. At the dinner, Mr. Tucci paid tribute to the King's Foundation, which he said promotes the King's vision of living in harmony with nature. He described how students excelled in slow fashion and slow food, which he described as two of my obsessions. Mr. Tucci told that gathered of the importance of sharing food, which he described as a restorative, connective act. The dinner itself took place in the estate's purpose-built entertaining center, the Orchard Room, and is a traditional Italian-style four-course meal. The evening's menu was designed by world-renowned chef Francesco Mazzi and inspired by Italian-American actor Stanley Tucci, host of Tucci, The Heart of Italy. Created using entirely British ingredients blended with Italian culinary traditions and local flavors, the menu aims to fully embody the principles of slow food. Drinks for the evening were created by internationally recognized Italian mixologist Alessandro Palazzi using Italian flavors and herbs foraged from Charles's beloved Highgrove Gardens. Guests enjoyed a starter of Scottish crab panzanella, washed down with Gavy de Gavy La Scalca Black Label 2023. The primi course, traditionally pasta, was Westcombe Highland ricotta and Highgrove fine herbs ravioli with Isle of Wight tomato passata with a glass of Gavy de Gavy La Scalca Black Label 2023. Diners were then treated to a secondi course, traditionally meat, Suffolk red porchetta, pumpkin and sage mash and Tuscan kale with a nice Barbaresco Gaggia 2021. For dessert there was zuppa inglese and biscotti with Ricciotto della Valpolicella Classico Zenato. The slow food movement was founded in Italy in 1986 as a fight back against the rise of fast food. It promotes the use of local, seasonal cuisine through the consumption of regional plants, seeds, and livestock. Now established in more than 160 countries globally, offshoots include the slow fashion movement, which encourages consumers to purchase fewer, higher-quality items that last longer. Their fashion industry, while hugely profitable, is one of the biggest polluters on the planet. Their Majesties joined guests at the reception where students and graduates from the King's Foundation training programs will provide demonstrations on their work in sustainable fashion and traditional heritage skills, such as millinery, embroidery, furniture making, and fashion design. The King, who has long had a passion for heritage crafts, set up his foundation in 1990, and it currently offers courses for more than 15,000 students a year and boasts partnerships with Chanel, YOOX Net-a-Porter and the Snowdon School of Furniture. Others guests include pioneers and representatives of the slow food and fashion movements. At dinner, the King was next to the Italian ambassador and Felicity Blunt, the wife of Stanley Tucci and sister of Emily Blunt, while the Queen will be next to Mr. Tucci. The stunning tables for around 80 guests were laden with fresh seasonal flowers and napkins rings made by student milliners on King's Foundation courses. Chef Francesco Mazzi said he had poured heart and soul into the menu, traveling the length and breadth of the UK sourcing ingredients. He said, "This is my first time cooking for the King. I'm quite excited about that. It is an Italian menu with British produce, while 99% as the extra virgin olive oil is Italian. I was in Devon 2 weeks ago to get the salumi. I went to see the pigs where the belly comes from. The tomatoes for the passata are from the Isle of Wight. The cob nuts for the biscotti are from Kent. I am really happy to be able to create this menu. If they enjoy it, I don't know, but I tried my best. I made a report of where I had been, so it is all there and documented. I sent this to the royal chef and said, make sure the King sees this." Mixologist Alessandro Palazzi, who works at Duke's in St. James, said he had made special James Bond-inspired martinis to serve to the King and Queen. They are made from a half measure of sacred English vermouth from Highgate, 1 part Polish vodka, and 3 parts Gordon's gin, very much shaken and served cold. Mr. Palazzi said, "The martini is shaken very well and has to be served cold." The King and Queen will undertake state visits to the Holy See and the Republic of Italy in early April. They will join Pope Francis in celebrating the 2025 Jubilee year. Jubilee is a special year for the Catholic Church, a year of walking together as pilgrims of hope. During their Majesty's state visit to the Republic of Italy, they will also undertake engagements in Rome and Ravenna, celebrating the strong bilateral relationship between Italy and the United Kingdom. The event rounds off one of the busiest weeks in the royal calendar in more than a year, since both the King and the Princess of Wales were admitted to hospital for surgery and went on to discover they both had cancer. Working members of the royal family have conducted around 50 engagements between them, taking from London to Scotland, the West Country to the Cotswolds, and even India and Nepal. Source: dailymail.co.uk. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.